Hey, this time at the Quick Speed Shop, check it out, more junk. Studebaker parts. I'm going to go rescue them from down the road. It's an M15 front clip and box. Kind of rare, but kind of rusty. Let's go get them. I'm going to fire up my 46 M5 pickup. We're going to get in that. I'm going to run down and pick up this junk. So here we go. It's a junk scavenger hunt day today here at the Quick Speed Shop. Okay, we're in another day of the life at the Quick Speed Shop, messing around with old junk. I'm in my Studebaker truck. We're going to go around the corner of my friend Pat's house and pick up the Studebaker box and Studebaker truck front clip left over from last fall. Where's my keys? They're stuck in my pocket. Hold on. This is from last fall where I disassembled some Studebaker trucks over at his place and dragged them back here. And I got a M15, M16 box, 9-foot box to get in an old rusty front clip. So it's going to rain like the next week, so we got to go get it right now. We're in the 46 Studebaker truck hauling my homemade junk trailer frame I made that we hauled the one cab home last time. And this thing is just a couple of pieces of tubing welded together and a Ford 9-inch rear end out of Lincoln Versailles. And it's completely illegal and junk. So we're just gonna sneak down the road with it. Try not to get arrested. Oh, somebody's coming. Oh, somebody's coming. I'm going to let them go by because this thing is not really meant for high-speed action. It's meant for low-speed action. Is there a light bar on the top of that truck? Is it the sheriff? Nope, just some dude. All right. Nice if he moved over and gave me some room. Now he's confused. Keep going, bro. All right, here we go. Oh, the wheels are wobbly and junk, so we'll go like 25 miles an hour over there. My shaft is dinging. I know. Can I make it? Oh. It's tight like a tiger. Ah, there goes the paint. Now, it's the best way. I gotta back in. Oh, there it is. Now, can I sneak around this Corvette? I like the sound of that. Can I go out in the field? Looks like an extreme drop off. Better not do that.
What are your thoughts? Take the nose off and put that in and then the nose?
Yeah, probably. Oh, I didn't know it was all rusty.
Well, it's acid dip.
Oh.
Goes faster. Which way you want it? That way? This way? Are you just going to stand it up?
Yeah, whatever works for you.
Oh.
As guaranteed, this is going to be mint and cherry.
Oh, maybe we...
Here. Mint and cherry. It shouldn't be that bad.
Pick up, put more of it on the back.
Yeah.
find it. Right?
Maybe. Was it sunk in the lawn? Ah. How did that happen? Oh, it's all heavy in the back. Why is it so heavy in the back?
Oh, boy. This is different, wasn't there? Maybe we need to get in the middle.
Oh, it's got a whole bunch of steel welded to it, I see. A bunch of bracing.
This is the special long 8-foot box. You
Oh.
know, these are rare.
It's a tonner box.
Yep.
Are you all right? Oh. Next question, does it fit between the tires? Barely. Is it over that rear end hump?
No.
Oh, hold on a second. Darn it. Had a faux pax in the filming. Let's try that again. Well, let's set it back down and start over. Can we bump it up over that rear end hump? Oh. Hold on.
You're so good.
We're hitting something. I was told this thing. Here, you put. Oh, that's plenty. That's plenty. Wait, back this way.
What do you want to leave it there?
Yeah, because it's gonna hit the
Oh, the tires probably.
steak pockets.
Yeah. This is a flexible flyer.
Yeah, look at all the iron welded on this thing. No wonder why so much back here.
Oops, done that.
Scratch it. Don't scratch it. Don't worry, I got 3 lug nuts on each wheel,
I saw that.
and they're only severely dry rotted and wore out, but other than that, everything's fine.
I saw that.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, we'll get up the top.
This will go on the thruway, right?
Yeah.
I made it back. Nothing fell off. Let's take a look and see what I got here. So if you saw the video where I rescued at Pat's place, I cut up some Studebaker trucks, and the black truck with the flip-out windshield, it's a 1945 M15, which is like a 3/4 ton, and this is the 8-foot box that was on it. Unfortunately, the storage, as you can see by the front, which is completely rotted away, was not good. The story on this truck is it's a one-owner truck from Binghamton, New York. The owner was named Wellington Locke, and my friend Pat bought it. It was all taken apart because he took the chassis out way back in the day, probably in the 60s or 70s, and he built a platform on it and used it for like a mobile trailer workshop. And all the sheet metal is there, the cab, the front clip, the box is all laying out behind his shop in Binghamton, and Pat bought it probably back in the early 80s or 90s, and fortunately it was rotten and got stored in leaves and junk and completely destroyed the whole thing. This probably would have been somewhat savable, but the front end is completely shot now. It's so crusty and rusty. It was stored nose down, which is not how you store these things, but anyways. Oh, and he gave me an old Mopar wheel with a high dome beanie hubcap on it, which matches my high domes there, so that's nice. But this is a really, really rare 1945 M15 with the flip-out windshield, but it was sold for civilian use, probably left over from right at the edge. Oh, actually, No, I looked it up. They made a few thousand trucks for civilian use during the war, and this is one of the ones, one of the few, I think like 800 or something had a box. Most of them were like M16s with flatbeds on them, and this is one of the very few that was an actual pickup truck, 3/4 ton pickup truck. So there it is. This is the bud bed, just like on the half ton, the bud bed there. You can see this one is unfortunately very crunchy. The whole thing is crunchy, but this is the remnants of all that stuff I got last year. If you want to go on the channel, you can watch a video entitled Finding a Super Rare Studebaker Truck or something like that. I'll snip it in here up top. You can go ahead and check that out. But here it is. Use the old Studebaker M5 to haul home Studebaker M15 parts. Now what I want to do is I have a military frame. For here I bought this old military trailer. If you guys are in the military, you've seen them. They got a pickup box on them. This was from the 60s, 70s, and I think in the 80s they made them. And the box was missing, but I bought the framework. Unfortunately, this has got the axle was originally down there, and somebody cut it and bougied it and dropped it way down, so I don't trust this axle at all to run. I mean, it looks like they beefed it up pretty good, but I wouldn't dare trust putting a lot of weight on it. It's a full floating hub axle. It's got 16-inch split rims on it, but this is a 4x8 trailer. The tongues do tip. The tipping mechanism is gone, but the tongues do tip down, so the trailer kind of like would dump. Had 2 hand brakes, one for each wheel. Pintle hitch hauled behind the Dodge and Chevy pickups of the military back in the day. But I want to put that Studebaker truck box on this frame. I'm going to pull this military axle out, put a different axle on the back of it, and just kind of put it together. Over here I have some M16 fenders, which I'll show you a difference. M16, you see the spacer here? They put a spacer on the M16s. They're the same as the half-ton fenders, except they cut the wheel wells out for the 20-inch. I think they're 620 wheels that the M15 and M16 trucks ran. M15s might have had 17-inch wheels, but the M16s had 20-inch wheels. So I've got these pair of M16 fenders, which are really, really straight. They're just full of Swiss cheese. I mean, they're full of Swiss cheese, so they're not really savable. But I'm going to bolt them on the box when I put it on the thing, and I'm going to run some 16-inch Ford wheels on here, and we're going to make like a 1-ton trailer out of it. It's going to be kind of cool. So picture this box on that military trailer with the M16 fenders on it with some 16-inch modern style wheels, or well, 70s Ford steel wheels, and we're going to put this back together. I have another Studebaker tailgate that's rough that I'm going to try to fit on here. This has got some really cool ironwork that somebody did. Check it out, all these hole saw pieces, they welded it on. Made this little retainer for a piece of pipe to hold the tailgate. It's kind of all sculpted and welded on there. This is a reflector, probably like a jeweled reflector from back in the day. And it looks like it had another light mount there added. And this was added. This piece of steel was added. They did a lot of modifying of this thing over the days. It's got some kind of latch system here. But except for the floor, this box wasn't in too bad a shape. You can see you also get the extra stake pocket on the 8-foot box right here. The half-ton boxes are, I think, like 6 3/4 feet long. They don't have this extra pocket here. This is specific to the 8-foot box. But it is a little worse for wear, just from how it was. Oh, here we go. Speaking of the fenders, like I said, this is an M15, the 3/4 ton truck. You see how it doesn't have that spacer here? It's just the regular width half-ton fender, but it does have the big opening cut open in it. And down here, that's kind of hard to see. It's rotted away. Yeah, it's rotted away. But you'll see on the half-ton trucks, the fender comes down and matches where the bumper goes through. On the bigger trucks, this is cut up here for the raised wheel well, so they go. You can tell the grill pieces are different on M15 and M16. They're cut up in here, unlike the half-ton like this truck is. So that's it. Just a quick little Studebaker junk video today. When I get the military chassis out, I actually think I'm going to use the Dana 60 axle out of my Dodge truck project, the old original one, which is rusty and not really usable for an actual truck, but I think I can put it under this trailer. I measured the spring perches and they're 43 inches. They're the correct width, so I think it'll end up with a Dana 60 under the military frame under this box. But we're going to cobble a bunch of junk together in a future video. It's going to be kind of cool to make some old junk. It'll look neat going down the road. And you can never have too many junk trailers. That's what I say. 1, 2, 18 of them. How many junk trailers? You can never have too many. So, future project. Stay tuned for that. But thanks for watching. We'll see you again. Probably hauling more junk around here at the Quick Speed Shop.